Aloha from the Ozarks, folks. I am standing on a 12 by 24 cabin. If this is something that you would be interested in making a little hunting cabin or a perfect little do-it-yourself tiny home, I'm going to turn the camera around and show you this building. It might be something of great interest to you. So just a second here. All right, this is it. This is a 12 by 24 cabin. The cabin includes a 4-foot porch on the front, and that's included in the measurements of the 12 by 24. It has 3 windows, 2 by 3 single panes, and a 9 light walk-in doors, 36 by 80, 9 little windows. Okay, upgraded paint with a white trim and a metal roof. That metal roof is a charcoal color. Comes with a 25-year warranty. Inside the building, I hope that you're noticing that it's premium wood products. And all of our wood is a limited lifetime warranty because we offer pressure-treated wood products. Okay, so that includes the premium 2x4s, the 2x6s that are underneath, the plywood that you see on the floors, and the plywood in the walls. Most of my competitors do not have plywood walls and floors, and therefore they don't offer a limited lifetime warranty on their pressure-treated lumber because they're not using any lumber hardly. They use lumber for the wall studs, but they don't use plywood in their walls. Okay, well we do. We build a better quality building, and I did tell you it's premium. We buy a higher grade of lumber. It costs us more to do so, but it gives you a better quality building. So 5/8 inch plywood in the siding, 5/8 inch plywood in the floors. Floors are put together using tongue and groove, so they're interlocked together as one giant seamless gapless floor. Even though you see seams, because it's tongue and groove, they interlock, and so it's bug proof. Bugs underneath can't get up through these seams because they're interlocked together as one giant floor. All right, 2x4s in the walls, 16 inches apart, like you would build in your own home. That's standard at Graceland. We double them up every 4 feet. The more 2x4s in a wall, the stronger the wall. Many of my competitors space their 2x4s out 24 inches apart instead of 16, so they use fewer 2x4s so their walls aren't as strong as ours. Double reinforced window frames. At a minimum, it's double reinforced. Notice here, it's actually triple reinforced. Okay, same thing on this side. That's standard for how we do our windows and our doors, double reinforced. Why is that framing up? Double reinforced framing so important because when the building is set and level on your site, if you didn't use double reinforced framing, then the window frame and the door frame may not be square with the building, which means your doors and windows won't open and shut properly. Ours will. Okay, because we do the reinforced framing on the window frames and the door frames. Now I want you to notice the walls. The bottom of the wall is a single 2x4, up at the top is double reinforced 2x4s, and metal hurricane clips are used to attach the roof trusses to the walls, just like you'd build in your own home. These buildings are engineer certified for 150 mile an hour wind gusts, and we can do that because we use those metal hurricane clips to hold that roof in place on those walls. My competitors, some of them use metal hurricane clips, but some do not. I would highly advise you to not buy a building that doesn't have metal hurricane clips that hold the roof trusses on. These roof trusses are 2x4s, also premium grade lumber. So standard is a 2x4. And then behind this radiant barrier roof is 7/16 OSB roof decking, just like you would build in your own home. If you were building a roof, you'd use roof decking. Then on top of the roof decking on the outside is our metal roof, and in between the two is a little moisture barrier, just like you would build in your own home. So our roofs are strong roofs. Many of my competitors don't use roof decking. They use 1-inch wood slats, and they just place the slats across. All right, and they space them apart, so their roof is not nearly as strong as ours. So keep that in mind if you're shopping around. Now, something that is exclusive to Graceland is this, an aluminum Soffit ventilation system that goes in the sidewalls of every one of our buildings. So all along this sidewall is that Soffit vent, and all along this sidewall is our Soffit vent. That's for improved airflow. And in addition, we have a screened-in roof ridge vent that runs the entire peak of the roof, screened in to keep out bugs and debris, but improves your airflow. Combine the roof vent with the soffit vents on the sides, and this building stays 10 to 15 degrees cooler in the hot summertime. That makes a huge difference. In addition to that, this building has the upgrade of what we call our G-board, our radiant barrier roof. That radiant barrier, if you were going to build your own home and hired some roofers to do this for you, they would put a radiant barrier inside your roof, because it reflects out 97% of the sun's radiant heat, and that makes a huge difference in the hot summertime. That's an optional upgrade. You can order that for any one of our buildings. It happens to be in this particular building. okay? So I've talked about the walls, talked about how our roofs are, talked about our floors. I want to make sure that you understand that in our floors, we don't use a 2x4 underneath in the subfloor. We use 2x6s, just like you would build in your own home. So 2x6s underneath, whereas a lot of my competitors only use 2x4s. Therefore, their subfloor is not as strong and sturdy as ours, okay? So I want you to be aware of how we build differently. Graceland builds a high quality portable building, okay? If you are interested in this particular building, you do not have to drive to my lot to purchase it. We can do it all online. All you got to do is message me on Facebook. It's probably the easiest way, or you could text me. We have rent-to-own options if you're interested, 3 years, 4 years, or 5 years. There's no credit check on our rent-to-own, and there's no penalty to pay it off early, and I always encourage people to pay it off early. Of course, you can also pay the cash price, which is always your lowest price. We only require 20% down up front, and then the remainder due on delivery if you're choosing to go with the cash price. Next, I have free delivery and setup within 50 miles of my lot. And that free delivery and setup includes we set it up on your concrete blocks. You can call it a cap block or a cinder block, and we set them up on those. You provide those. My drivers and delivery guys will set that up. Then they will level the building, and they will make sure windows and doors are opening and shut properly. Then they will anchor the building into the ground. We use 18-inch anchors to anchor it into the ground like you would anchor a mobile home into the ground. So that's another reason why we can do the 150 mile an hour wind gust certification. That's all included for how we do and how we deliver and set up a building. Right, in this video description, please pay attention to it. I've got 2 links in the video description. Number 1 is to my frequently asked questions. I get a ton of questions, and so I made a bunch of videos to answer those questions. So if you have a question, check the frequently asked questions link in this video description. Also in the video description is a link to view my current inventory on my Facebook marketplace. Anything that's in there, if it says the word available in the title or description, that means it's available. It's not one you have to have custom built. It's one that's right here on my lot, like this particular building is right now. All right, so if you have any questions, all you got to do is message me on Facebook. It's the easiest way, or you could text me. And that's about all there is to it. Don't forget to click on the video description and see those other 2 links, okay? Aloha from the Ozarks.